Okay, so this is one of the apartments that I'm doing. This is the living room. There's the entrance right there. It's dark now. We're probably going to do something with painting that, but in this room in here, you can see we got the primer going right now. I went ahead and removed some of the wood fittings for the curtains and stuff like that. Everything's been patched up, as you can see roughly. So did the nail holes, things like that. This camera's just not having a good day today, is it? I don't know what its problem is, but anyway, yeah. So right now I'm priming the ceiling. You can see the little square there where I've started. So I'm going to finish priming that. Let the walls dry so I can go ahead and get those with the sand block. See how we're looking once they get dry above the windows. Try to fill that big tear in because they've been in there for obviously a couple layers of paint, so we have some divots on the wall and to try to skim them out. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. Like I said, I'm going to paint the ceiling and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, so here's just a video of where I stopped for right now. Try to get this thing visualized here. So the ceiling's been primered all the way to here, the hallway. Like I said, I did those two. I removed the nail holes. You see the stuff still drying. I did primer where I didn't have it patched, so I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what I mean, try to get as much of that brown out. I'll just sand those as soon as they dry. Same with the wall here. Touched everything that wasn't plastered up, so that way it can already have a coat of primer. It can already be dry by the time I come back. Then I'm simply just going to go up these walls. I know I got a couple little divots here and there, so I'm probably just going to do that in the ceiling up top there with the primer. I'm going to put it away for now. We're using the I think it's Bullseye. Let's see here. Yeah, Zinsser actually, the 123 primer Bullseye. So it's actually working pretty good. We're going to go ahead and let it dry like I said, and yeah, we'll be back here shortly. Okay, test video, hopefully this is working. So test 1, 2, 3. So hopefully it's working. Excuse me for the smack there, just tons of dust in the air. I just did some sanding, somebody else did some previously, so chipped that thing in the wall over there. Yeah, everything just needs dusted off, but came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Above the window came out pretty nice, so that should hide in nicely once I prime it all again. I started sanding that one. I want to actually leave that till tomorrow, probably to sand. I got everything else to sand the hole by the door. I got up to this wall here. I did this wall here. There was, you can see a couple spots, and of course those ones that I didn't paint or I left open, but you know, I went ahead and hit these again too. Got them real nice, so everything's nice and smooth. Oh, I missed one up top there. I forgot about him, so I'll sand him real quick. And a little bit above the door there. Other than that, I think we should be pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and prime these walls, including that one up to right there. Then we'll prime the ceiling going up. Then there's a couple little things of sand on the walls there, so I'll probably leave that for tomorrow as well. That way this at least will be primed to like right where that light switch is, which will be in line with the ceiling. So right there, and then paint this ceiling up all the way to the bedrooms there. Okay, so it's a late night one. It's about 1:30 in the AM right now. I sanded earlier. I came in just a little bit ago to do the priming, just to get it prepped for the morning. I may come back in and do some cut-ins, but as you can see, the walls turned out pretty good, honestly. And this is just with one coat of primer, well, 1.5, we'll call it, coats of primer. As you remember, it was brown. I didn't, like I said, I haven't cut anything in yet. The ceiling he sprayed and down the walls with the other primer. This is one I found upstairs. I'll show the 5-gallon liters of Valspar. It actually worked really well. I'm very happy with the results. There's a hole in the wall there. I chipped that out when I was sanding earlier, so I'm going to do a little patching above the window. That came out really good, I think. I sanded that one down. This one here in the front I'm still working on. I didn't sand that one just because of the dust, so I wanted to just get a coat of primer on it. So I'm going to sand that thing first thing tomorrow, and we're going to patch that, and then I'm going to start painting down here. I'll probably leave this wall alone until I sand that, and I got a patch on the back wall here, right there. I got a sand too that I missed earlier, so I didn't paint it, I didn't primer over that, but and I stopped the primer right here. So it was just this wall, that wall, this one, and the front wall. So just to get, like I said, something done. So it looks good though. I mean, it's coming together. It's starting to show some transformation out here from that ugly ass brown. I just got to do up the hallway here, and also the ceiling in the hallway, which I didn't do nothing up there yet. So that's a couple things still need sanding. So yeah, so we'll be back later to do some cutting, or well, like I said, first thing in the morning, which kind of already is now, isn't it? But normal time. Alright, so we're going to try this video again. I rebooted the phone earlier, and hopefully we're recording, but got the all the drywall stuff sanded, all the patches. So as you can see, I rolled it out with the primer. The window up there looking good. I also sanded above this window here. Didn't really paint much above it, but as you can see, it actually turned out well too. I did do a little cutting in, but not really too much at the bottom. I had a terrible brush. I'm just going to cut it in. I did around the door there, just to make it look nice, just to see what it would turn out like. You know what I mean? I got the walls here, all the way up the hallway. Same on the other side, got the ceiling. So that's done there. Looks like it's cut in here, but it actually isn't. It's just rolled down to the original paint of what it was. I did behind the toilet, did the walls, same thing sitting up top. You can see where that originally was. Same thing, rolled all that, sanded there, got all that rolled. So, it's actually start right now. It's getting a little cooler up here. It's tolerable, so I'm going to roll the ceiling with the actual paint, and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so we're back. I ended up rolling them out with the first coat of the real paint. So it's about after 1 in the morning, so we'll try to be quiet. So just figured I'd come over and check on it. It looks real good. So actually, I just cut in the ceiling on the top. I just got it close. I'm gonna hit on the bottom. That's how I like to hit the first coat, or the first cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You can see right here clearly where I stopped. This is the actual paint. This is the primer. Then I went ahead and everything is all primed up there. The ceiling stops here on the edge. So the edge on the top's been gone just around. That's what I just went ahead and did now. Then we'll go ahead and do some cutting on the bottom. The old brush there, I got the new one around the tube. The new one seems to be doing pretty good. Excuse me. So we'll probably put another roll on this tomorrow. I may roll up the steps, but that's what I want to do. But we'll see. I'm going to do a little bit of cutting first and try to make this look nice down here. I would like to get at least the top for sure, and some of the stuff on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we are later at night. Did a little more cutting in. Also finished the hallway up there, but I'm not going to go up there right now. I'm going to focus on the priming the entranceway on the other side there. Sorry for all the fan noise. I just started laying down some stuff to protect the new floor here in the kitchen. I also want to get in the closet. I'm going to paint this trim here because there's going to be a new closet door, and odds are it's going to be white, so there's really no point for the old trim to look that way. And then I move some of the tools and stuff out of the way, and then use various things to keep this stuff in place. So this focus is killing me. Yeah, so this brown is going away. So we're going to start with the ceiling, paint down, and then get these walls. I guess we're going to leave that board there, even though it's ugly as hell. I can always take it off and skim it if he wants to get rid of it, so I'll text him in the morning and find out about that. Alright, so we got everything prepped there. I got the primer, the roller. I got the paint drying over there. I had the other pail, but I left it across the road there, and I feel like going out to get it, so I'm just gonna work with that since it's too dark for me to really see the difference in the color as far as putting one more coat of this shiny ass white on it. That's one reason I don't like painting eggshell white. So this coat probably would pass as long as it was whizzed and cut in maybe one more time. You'd probably get away with it. So, but I like to make sure it's solid, so I'll put another coat on it. It did come out nicely though. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so we're back today. And it's had about a day to dry for one coat, or for the first coat with the paint there. This wall here, this little section here actually is, well, 3 counting the primer. So that is the second coat, which is nice and solid actually. So, you know what I mean, we will roll everything one more time. It's just going to be difficult to see. It's the pain is, I wish I had an 18 for the ceiling, but we're stuck with the 9, so it is what it is. I'm working here in the entryway right now. If you remember, it was that same brown in here. I primered the ceiling, I did all the walls, the trim, all the wood, handrail. You can see right now I'm putting on the first coat of actual paint. You see there's the primer there, and that's where I stopped with the paint. And same with the side, and messing the other side to match that same paint on the kitchen there. Got the floor wall covered. I just primered this wall. You can see I primered all the way down to there and up and around the door. So I'm going to put a coat of paint on all of this, roll that out, and yeah, you know, maybe probably come back and cut in maybe later tonight or something. So, but right now, getting the roll done is what I want to do. That way, all the priming's finished now. So it's simply just painting from here on out with the actual paint, the actual color. An update on the paint here. As you can see, I whizzed in the top of the hallway and cut in the bottoms there and around the railing. That's just dust on top. The only thing I did cut around was that light switch, because obviously we don't want to get any paint on that, so I'm going to remove that. I did was all the corners. Still going to need another cut, and I'm also doing another roll on it. Now, this bedroom here was already painted, but I went ahead and rolled it one more time. As you can see the difference in the cut right there. So I'm going to whizzy that as soon as it dries, which it's coming along good. As far as drying, to get the fan running here, so I'm going to also do in the closet probably one more time. I didn't roll that, but might as well if we have extra paint. I'm not really too worried about it in the meantime. So this is the other room I'm working in here now. I just got to get more paint from downstairs. But you can see the ceiling hasn't been painted again, but you can see you could use it, the dark spots there. This wall I just painted. You can see the difference at the top. This wall has not been painted, so these are the two differences right there, what it was before, what it is now. So painted this wall. Same thing with that. You can still see it's wet there. Same thing, I painted to right the edge of that one. So the ceiling and this wall haven't been painted. I'm going to do them together just so there's no tearing. So I'm going to finish out the rest of that bucket with that. Also cut in around those. Same thing, cut the inside of that. I did this yesterday around the door. This will need one more cut down there though still. I gotta do inside the windows here too. That's another thing I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna roll this one more time. I did with it. You can see the difference in the paint. It's real solid there, not quite as solid here. You can see little imperfections in it. So we're gonna roll it again. This wall here has been rolled twice. So that's the final, what we want. And then here, if you remember, this was all brown. This now has one coat of paint on it as well. See the ceiling, you can see I did cut in here, but it needs another, it's gonna need another 2 cuts probably, would be my guess. So, I gotta paint it all the way down to there. I was trying to fix that little damage. I should ask him if he had a trim. You see I cut around the railing and stuff, and then I don't need cutting down there. I didn't do that yet. I did paint that, and up here, I hit that, so that all was looking pretty good. Same with the handle, that was bare wood. Painted this wood trim, so it's probably going to need another coat. I just don't know what to do. It's getting some of you see some stains here, so I don't know if that was grease. I probably should have wiped it down before I painted it, but I didn't think that was a problem. I'm also going to have to hit this. I don't know if I didn't paint all the way down or what happened there. So I'm going to hit that again too. That's another thing. I'll probably hit the whole door area one more time actually. So that's where we're at right now.